Shalom, giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone that teach us this truth in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace, love, and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered around the four corners of the earth, mainly in Babylon the Great, which is America, which is going to be destroyed in the up and coming times of Jacob's trouble that we're entering into. All right, we are at the beginning of sorrows, and this place will be thrown down, in the times of World War III, in the mandate of the MOTB. All right, Revelation 13 and 16, and ultimately nuclear destruction that's going to reign upon Babylon the Great as prophesied in the Holy Scriptures in the Bible. All right, so I say shalom to the elect, and this truth, first and foremost, is only for the elect, because only the elect will receive, the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah to understand this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And they are all Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, Seminole Indian descent, so-called Haitians and Jamaicans. But 2/3 in the land of Babylon the Great will be destroyed. All right, so like I said, shalom to the elect. And this title is going into basically all these at the beginning of sorrows, but just going into more of a crunch time, because salvation is nearer than when we believe, as it says in Romans. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get Romans right quick. Get another Bible. Let me see, deployment of God, KJV, Bible with Apocrypha. So we're gonna get Romans. I believe 13 and 11. This is Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. All right. And salvation is drawing more and more close via to the simple fact, the MOTB being more introduced in the world, all right, being more used and practiced, all right, upon, the humans, Esau, Edom, so on and so forth, to force upon the whole world, as the scriptures say, and, in Revelation chapter 13 and 16, all right, they're AI intelligence, they're messing with that. All right. Going into Daniel chapter 12, verse 4, that knowledge shall be increased. All right, in the latter end and in the latter time, because ultimately that knowledge, that pseudoscience that Esau believes in and put his whole hope into, basically follows after his way of trying to pursue the new world order. And what their plans are, or their agendas, is to have people on the planet Earth digitally tagged. All right, so they can have surveillance anywhere and at any time, via through satellites, via through thermal monitoring, via through the cameras. All right. This devil, Esau, Edom, the so-called Caucasian race, have that mind frame as God, as the scriptures say. All right. The fool has said in his heart that there is no God. And also he boasts of himself as the Most High. All right. He exalteth himself as the Most High, pursuant to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. And you can read on down. And also in Isaiah the 14th chapter, all right, saying that he will be like the Most High. These the same devils that say, who see our wickedness, all right, because they prosper, and because of their prosperity, their pride is being, lifted up, only to be thrown down by a very, destructive fall that's going to come by the way of the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, so we're entering into those times that we're living in. That's why you're seeing everything going on upon the planet Earth, race riots. All right, and it's only going to intensify. And even though, because you know how a lot of people be, and we also know too that Esau Edom does, follow after certain, laws and legislations, mischief by law, pursuing the Isaiah the 10th chapter. They follow after certain protocols, and they do a lot of, false, demonstrations. And with that being said, it distracts a lot of the people and put them in, in that mind frame of rioting, all right, being of the way of the world. Either they're ready for war or they're ready for peace, sedition among men. All right. Civil unrest. There's all these things are going to lead to that, especially all the things that's going on in California, in Los Angeles, dealing with the ICE protest riots. All right. And not long after that, the state of Texas deploy the National Guard as well. So all these things, it is ultimately is a trend, and it's a order out of chaos type of tactic that Esau is doing. All right, because by these certain laws and legislations that they pass, if they have chaos on the soils of America, they have the right to exact that order out of that chaos, even though they're causing this. All right, there is something called agent provocateurs, man. And the elder went into his video, Elder Karat Dazar from out of Vegas, and how basically Esau Edom is rolling in with their agenda. All right, ultimately it's Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, because we give all credit to the Lord, but this is truly the Lord's big motion picture. If you really look at it, he's the one that wrote the script, and us knowing how this devil is and how he gets down, we understand. All right, we understand that this devil use, tactics, inside jobs, and, like I said, man, false demonstrations and so on and so forth. We know that this devil, that's how he manipulates the minds of the people. That's how he manipulates, nations and so on and so forth. But at the latter end, we understand that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to throw this devil down, Esau Edom, being the so-called Caucasian race. All right, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And the earth is given unto the hands of the wicked. All right, Job 9:24. And what I quoted earlier was 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. All right, so all these prophecies are happening before our very eyes. That's why I said now it is very, high time to awake out of sleep. Salakia. All right, because now, hey, these prophecies are jumping out of the pages at this point, man. All right, there's no stopping in the prophecies. All right, so let me get Habakkuk 2. Let's start at 1. Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch, and I will set me upon a tower, and I will watch to say what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. All right, and sooner or later, that MOTB is going to be mandated. That same, device going back to the scripture in Revelation 13, chapter 13, verse 16, the same device that a lot of false Israelite camps are denying and lying to their congregation. All right. And like the elder said, either they sold out or the Lord really just truly blinded them. And hopefully, well, not hopefully, Salakia, they better off hoping that the Lord just truly blind them. Because if you really, you know, went behind closed doors and took that backdoor deal, hey, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has a special death for you, man. All right? Because you really, truly betrayed Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. That's why in that time and in that day, like I say, even though hey, it's going to be the hour of great testing, all right, the hour of temptation, if you receive that mark, you ultimately are telling yourself you do not trust in the Heavenly Father through his only begotten Son. You do not trust in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And most of the people don't even know Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So how much more the people that are of the circumcision, all right, the ones that know that they're Israelites, the ones that done heard this, you know, this truth, this doctrine, and so on and so forth, the ones that knew the names, all right? Like I say, and like our elders and apostles say, just wait, you know, to all hell break loose, because at the end of the day, these false leaders are going to have a lot of explaining to do. And I believe through that time, I hope their congregation ripped them apart limb from lying to them, man. I hope the congregation end up eating these motherfuckers in a time of famine. All right, straight lying to the people and deceiving the people, knowing damn well we entering into some times of great testing and great troubles. Just straight lying to the people. But as the scriptures say, Job 12 and verse 16, the deceived and the deceiver are of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. The Lord controls both the wicked and the righteous. Okay? And the Lord also controls both the false prophets and the true prophets, the men of the Lord. Which, you know, here at Great Millstone, man, it's just that simple. All right? And like a great persecution is coming, you seeing, you know, Jacob's trouble being on the forefront, all the beginning of sorrows, man. That's what we're entering into. That's the day of the Lord. All right, we are at the latter end of Esau's rulership. All right, sooner or later. And, you know, I was just meditating through the spirit, just watching certain videos of elders, you know, certain videos of young elders, you know, brothers, so on and so forth, going more into depth on how we are much closer in, you know, the times that we're entering into, the times of tribulations, the times of persecution, but ultimately the time of redemption, being redeemed. All right, salvation. All right, the kingdom of heaven, man. Because the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to be a forever righteous kingdom. All right, that shall never perish. All right, ain't going to be no 1,000 years of us ruling. We going to be taken back down. Like I said, man, these at this point, these niggas might well just say they're bored. All right, at this point, for you to just make up shit like that, man, you obviously are bored. That doesn't make any type of sense at all. But these are the things that has to come to pass because we are living in the latter end. Okay, we clearly are living in the latter end. So let me get Habakkuk chapter 2 in the GNT. Then I want to get 2 Peter. Habakkuk 2 and 1. I will climb my watchtower and wait to see what the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, will tell me to say, and what answer he will give to my complaint. The Lord Yahweh gave me this answer. Write down clearly on tablets what I revealed to you. All right, ultimately that's, you know, the prophets that, you know, did that in past times. All right, so that now in the latter time, pursuing the Daniel, the 12th chapter, that we shall understand that we coming back in our same lot as being prophets. 1 Corinthians 14 and 32. For the spirits of the prophets are subject unto the prophets. I believe it's 1 Corinthians 14. Okay. But nonetheless, we're coming back in our lot. pursuing the Daniel, the 12th chapter. Matter of fact, let's get Daniel right quick. And like I said, I'm just doing this lesson through the Spirit. Daniel 12. Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that was found written in the book. Verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end, which we are in now. And because of that, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Lord Yahweh Shai being that sacrifice, and going back to Revelation, the 5th chapter, they revealed and opened up those seals and have given it unto the servants, the prophets, the men of the Lord, the elect. All right, because that's who knows his true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right, that's in Amos chapter 3, verse 7. He revealed his secrets unto the servants, the prophets. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. And that's the times we're living in now, knowledge increasing. Verse 13, but go thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the ends of the days. All right. And that's also reincarnation, because Daniel came back in his lot and he is out prophesying and reading the scriptures once again, doing the work of the Lord, ultimately being an elect, because Daniel the prophet, all the prophets was of the elect. Okay. Preaching the words and serving Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And we are in the times of the end of days. Let's go back to Habakkuk. This is Habakkuk 2 and verse 2. The Lord Yahweh gave me this answer. Write down clearly on tablets what I revealed to you, so that it can be read at a glance. Put it in writing, because it is not yet time for it to come true. But the time is coming quickly, and we are living in those times now. Now is the times that these prophecies are being played out, and they're about to happen. All right. And we still hoping and hasting in the day of the Lord, even though we don't know the time, we don't know the year. All right. We don't know the seasons, whether it be, in fall, winter, summer, spring. We don't know. But the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai gave us signs, and we ultimately feel it through the Spirit, and we see it through the Spirit as well, man. All right. We see prophecies, and sooner or later, it's going to hit home for a lot of people. All right. Whether you believe it or not, it's going to hit home for a lot of people, especially when that MOTB. All right. Especially if you understand the dollar. That's why shit's so fucked up now. Overpricing and everything. Then the tariffs ain't making it no better. Donald Trump passing laws and legislations that people don't even know about. All right. And that's why you got, ICE protesting. All right. Seditions amongst men. All right. Uproars of the people around the world. Hey, this is all biblical prophecies through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All these things are coming to pass now. Continuing on, but the time is coming quickly, and what I show you will come true. It may seem slow in coming, but wait for it. It will certainly take place, and it will not be delayed. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is not going to delay the prophecies anymore, man. Even if it's a slow escalation. All right. But at the end of the day, we're still hoping and hasting in the day of our Lord to come and destroy this place so we can inherit righteousness. So we can, not sin anymore. We can live forever. We can praise the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, in full 100% righteousness. All right. That's what the true members of the elect want. All right. This is 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 11. Since all these things will be destroyed in this way, what kind of person should you be? Your lives should be holy and dedicated to God, Yahweh, or the Most High Yahweh, as you wait for the day of the Most High Yahweh, and do your best to make it come soon. All right, hasten in the day, praying unto the Lord, complain continually. All right, Second Ezra chapter 15, and I believe verse 6, if I'm not mistaken. The just complain continually. And also in Ezekiel, the 9th chapter, verse 4. How, they sigh and cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof. All you got to do is just look out your window, look at your local social media, and you see the fucking madness every day. The nastiness, the filthiness, the wickedness every day of Babylon the Great America. And this place is ultimately going to be destroyed. And the Elder Tahar, Elder Apostle Tahar did a video dealing with reprobate silver, shall men call them, and the Lord has rejected them, which is, very edifying video, but it shows you the perverseness of Babylon the Great, but mainly our people. All right. For among my people are found wicked men. They subdue or surpass the deeds of the wicked. All right. They're more wicked than the wicked. And that's our people. That's how you know that we that cursed nation, man. So much potential, but also, again, so much of a fuck up, too. Verse 12, as you wait for the day of the Most High God, Yahweh, and do your best to make it come soon, the day when the heavens will burn up and be destroyed, and the heavenly bodies will be melted by the heat. But we wait for what the Most High Yahweh has promised, new heavens and a new earth, where righteousness will be at home, ultimately be at home in Jerusalem, Israel. The Israelites going to be 100% perfect, righteous, new heavens and new earth being refreshed. The earth is going to be refreshed. All right. A new rulership is going to be arisen, starting off with Lord Yahweh Shai, going back to Daniel, the 2nd chapter in the latter end, how it said he will have a forever kingdom. All right. That should never be destroyed. Also in Daniel chapter 7, verse 18, that the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess it. See, this whole concept of who the world calls God and Jesus Christ, you people really, truly don't know the Lord, man. And if you really did, it'll scare the shit out you. That's why at the end of the day, majority of our people, it's only about the elect. It's only about the elect, man. Nobody, if anybody else can't get it, fuck them. Like, we real life, like, got to be like that. And our people so fucked up and so ignorant, they can't still see the light because the Lord have rejected them. But going back to Esau, Edom, they don't see the destruction, because through all this chaos that's going on in the world, he's going to try to exact that order. All right. Like I say, it's a lot going on, man. A lot of prophecies rolling in. A lot of things happening upon the planet Earth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Let me get 2nd Ezra 9:1. He answered, consider all these things very carefully. When you see that some of the signs I told you about have appeared, you will know that the time has come when the Most High God Yahweh will bring Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai will bring judgment on the world he has created. Verse 3, there will be earthquakes and national rebellions, international intrigues, unstable leaders, and confused rulers. We are seeing that right now. All right, you got the certain governors in certain states going against, the federal government, going against, this, going against that, the Democrats versus the Republicans. Even within the Democrat, it's infrastructure falling within that. These other heathen nations, cutting off Babylon the Great America, not trusting in them anymore. All right, they're losing their power grip. Shameful spewing being upon the glory on Babylon the Great. That's in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, verse 16. Because this place was once a great place. Once again, everybody wanted to be like America. Yeah, America had all the greatest lavish, things. All right, the fashion of life, the way of the world. But now it's slowly deteriorating. All right, thanks. Of course, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has revealed his secret. All right, that covering cast has been pulled from off, first and foremost, the prophets, the men of the Lord, and then at the latter, the rest of the nations, so they can prepare a war and destruction upon Babylon the Great. All right, so this place can be nuked. Because nuclear destruction is prophesied in the Bible. But you got to have the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, all right, and the teachers through Great Millstone to show the way and to teach the way. And even like Elder Apostle Tahar say, hey, ask sincere questions. If you lost on something, hey, first of all, look it up. That's the number one thing right there. Gotta do your due diligence on looking things up. Study, and because half of the time, it was a video has been done about a topic or a question you have. All right. So you can just type it up and try to find it like that. If you can't, then you ask questions. But nonetheless, this is a clear indicator or a sign that you are a potential hopeful elect. Because you always, no matter what, try to seek Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, no matter how, fucked up you are, mentally, spiritually, whatever, man. You go through your ups and downs, you catch hell a lot. But at the end of the day, we still constantly try to, be serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. At the end of the day, no matter what we go through, in the flesh, whatever. All right, we got to go through it just to, win the kingdom. Through much tribulation and suffering, roughly paraphrasing, you may enter into the kingdom of heaven. Going back to Acts 14:22. When you see these things happening, you will know that they are what the Most High Yahweh has spoken about since the beginning of creation. The beginning and the end of everything that happens in this world are clear. The same is true in the world above. Wonders and miracles show the beginning of events, and mighty signs show when they end. And the Lord is showing those mighty signs, man, of the end. All right, all the confused leaders, national rebellions, international intrigues, unstable leaders, confused rulers. All right. This place is going down, man. It's unstable. It's losing control. All right. That's basically what is going through. It's going through that manner of losing control. All right. And that's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And I want to get also, I was thinking about, I believe in Isaiah 42, I believe. Or 46 and 10, maybe. Okay. Isaiah chapter 46 and verse 10, declaring the end from the beginning. All right. So, at the end of the day, this place was always prophesied since the beginning of the creation and the times. All right. And like I said, man, this is all Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai motion picture, what you call life, real life, reality. All right. Where we are, hey, like I said, we ain't in no action movie where director can yell cut and we can go home and enjoy the family. You know what actual actors do. Nah, man. At the end of the day, this place is going to be destroyed, man. All right. And if you take that MOTB, you're going to be destroyed with this place. That is the ultimate signature of your death at the end of the day. All right. So all these things has been declared since the beginning. All right. The end thereof, the end of Esau, Edom. All right. The great rise and fall of Esau, Edom, man. Okay. Even down to us, because us being the chosen nation and once a great people, and we've been underneath the curses and underneath different nations throughout different times, different rulerships, ages, and so on and so forth. But now we're about to enter to the age of Yahweh Shai's kingdom. All right, Yahweh Shai kingdom that's going to last forever. We're about to enter into that stage, the stage of Yasha Allah, the chosen people of the Lord, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, to rule this planet Earth. All right, to rule the planet Earth like gods, man, having servants, because that's what's about to happen. That's what's about to come after this destruction, after Yahweh Shai come back and redeem his people. All right, the real law and order is going to be established. Okay, and I can't wait. I can't fucking wait, man. And from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, all right, saying my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. The Lord's going to do all his pleasure in destroying this place, man. Bringing in all the prophecies that has been written in this book. All right. Hey, it's all the beginning stages of sorrows. It's a lot going on, a lot of distractions. You still got the NBA finals going on. Meanwhile, the time of summer, you got the rioting, the protests, which honestly came out of nowhere, which they always, that's how Lee Satan should get an advantage of you. You should not be ignorant of his devices, his crafty schemes and plots that he have against, mainly the people of the Lord. All right. Because ultimately that's who he's trying to get to. He's trying to destroy them as a people and a nation. All right. The Israelites, because he has that perpetual hatred pursuing to Ezekiel 35 and verse 5. That perpetual hatred is still in his spirit, and it will never leave until he be taken out of the way and destroyed, man. All right, the Lord's about to take this fucking wicked motherfucker out, man. I can't wait. Can't wait, man. But it's all prophecies. Though it tarry, wait for it will surely come. It would not tarry. Second Ezra. So let's get This is Luke chapter 12 and verse 49 in KJV. I am come to send fire on earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? And I'm going to read the Amplified one. It says, I have come to cast fire or judgment on the earth, and that ultimate judgment is nuclear destruction. All right, the flying, glittering sword. All right, the arrow that's being shot from one continent to the next, from one ends of the earth unto the next. Like I say, nuclear missiles does exist, ladies and gentlemen, if your motherfuckers forgot about it. Because a lot of people act like that shit don't exist. You know, a lot of like, hey man, I tell you, just wait till things get harder and tighter, especially being in the South. All you gotta do is just raise some prices up. These people are being outraged. Cause honestly, being in the South, it's a poor state. Hey, everybody, broke. You know, one paycheck away from being homeless. And honestly, that shit's becoming nationwide. I have come to cast fire, judgment on the earth. Salakia. And how I wish that it were already kindled. All right, and it's already being kindled through the prophecies, the famines, the destructions that's happening upon this planet Earth. Let's go into 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. I'm gonna read on down because it just gets straight into the point, and you cannot tell me that we're not witnessing these type of catastrophic events. You cannot tell us that all these things are not happening upon the planet Earth. All right, and a lot of people's lives are being affected due to this. Mainly I'm talking about the tariffs. All right, and inflations. But shit's not the same, I'm pretty sure, over there in California. They're going through, a lot. But soon, the whole world's going to go through a lot through that MOTB. And we just hope that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah be on our side and deliver us. It says the coming disasters. 2nd Ezra 15:1. The Lord says, proclaim to my people the prophetic messages that I will give you, and then have them written down because they are true and will be fulfilled. Do not be afraid of those who plot against you or be disturbed by their unbelief. All unbelievers will die because of their unbelief. All right, and that's just clear as day, man. That's why we don't worry about anybody. That's why at the end of the day, Christians bother us. We ignore them. If that don't work, call the cops on them. We don't have time for nobody. If you're not, and at this point, like I say, if you're not willing to learn, just keep it moving, man. Cause that shit's so ignorant to say we a bunch of dumb people, bunch of bums, ain't got no money. We don't know what we talking about. You people sure love to stick around and just get cut up and get condemned in the spirit, man. That's how I know that a man's going is of the Lord. How can then ye understand your own way? All right. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah is in control of all things, man. Verse 5, the Lord says, I am going to bring terrible disasters on the world, war and famine, death and destruction, because wickedness has spread everywhere and evil has reached its limit. Because now it's that time. It's that time for great judgment upon the planet Earth. All right. And Esau Edom will be taken out of the way because he's in rulership right now. There's no other nation that's going to be in rulership after the Edomites other than the Israelites. All right. The rightful owners of the planet Earth. All right. The rightful owners of the planet. Just that simple. All right. Is it on that? Let me see. Second Ezra 15 and 15. The war that will bring their destruction is very near. Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. There will be great political turmoil, with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. All right, seditions. All right, uproars of the people. All right, riotings. That's what's going on in the earth. These people are not regarding. All right. That's why they deployed the National Guard, and they got it in these legislations and these laws that they done passed. Now they're getting to the point they can use deadly force to the point they can just straight up kill you. All right. All before, and as the times and the different ages prolong, especially dealing with these military and protests, more and more it got violent. All right, because now they're trying to exact that order out of chaos. They're trying to, and then ultimately that's their nature. That's the nature of the so-called Caucasian people, man. All right. Verse 17, there will no longer be free access to cities, martial law, which ultimately during the time of Jacob's trouble is going to be ultimate mandate lockdown due to the simple fact if you don't have that MOTB, that digital ID, you cannot be classified as an American citizen anymore. You're going to be an outcast. And with that being said, hey, you're going to be a so-called, a terrorist, as they will call you, a fugitive of the law. All right. Or somebody that's not cooperating with the new system, the new program. And that's how they're coming, man. You got all types of articles, news, like I say, the prophets, man. Even though people not going to really pay attention to the prophets. But like I say, you got all this information out here, but still, they still don't want to tell the truth or believe that the MOTB is the MARK. But they fuck them. They got to learn the hard way. Verse 18, because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live. Driven by famine and terrible suffering, people will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. And that's what's coming. All right. Great destruction. Because for the lack of bread, great tribulation, people are going to be running in people's houses. Not only that, the troops are going to be running in people's houses. All right. Throwing them in FEMA camps. All right. Revelation 3 and 10, if I'm not mistaken. That or Revelation 2 and 10. Ultimately, the Lord is going to cast this devil to throw some of us in prison, but endure for those 10 days, which is a perfect amount of time or amount of days or whatever, the perfect amount of time and space that you may be locked up. All right. Hold on to your faith. All right. Don't stop believing. Keep believing on Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, even if it means death, even if it means losing your loved ones, man. Because this all we really have, man. This all that we do have. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. This all we have, man. This truth, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And because of that, Esau Edom wants to destroy us. Because we know something like that. Ain't like we ain't causing no problems. We ain't building up no militia group trying to take down this, trying to take down that. Nope. We just simply prophesying, speaking. And that right there, that's how you know we have to be the men of the Lord coming back. All right. During that time of, during the time of Acts. All right. During the Roman Empire. All right. And that's how you know that the scriptures line up with history. The Greco-Roman Empire, you got the first and second Maccabees. All right. You got the whole New Testament. Come on, man. All that, man. So this thing coming. Gotta just hold on at this point and hope that you of the elect. This is on 2nd Ezra 16:1. Babylonia, Asia, Egypt, and Syria, you are doomed. Put on your clothes of mourning, your sackcloth and goat's hair. Cry and wail for your children, because the time for your destruction is near. I am sending war on you. And verse 1, ultimately symbolic, all going into Babylon the Great, mainly, America. But even though different parts of the world, because after the destruction of America and New Jerusalem going to be coming down, these other nations are going in under subjection. They're going under slavery, just like how we went under. That's another topic right there. People get so butthurt that the people that was once in slavery, still in slavery to this day, may I add, been done wrong throughout all types of generations and ages. But in the kingdom of heaven, we ain't gonna get payback through slavery. We ain't gonna put the people that put us in slavery into slavery. Come on, man. Knowing that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is a just, balanced power, and a power that do not lie. Verse 3. I am sending war on you, and no one can stop it. I am sending fire on you, and no one can put it out. I am sending disasters on you, and no one can stop them from coming. Can anyone stop a hungry lion in the forest, or put out a fire that is burning in straw, or turning back an arrow shot by a strong archer? When the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, power sends disaster, no one can hold it back. No one can escape the blazing anger of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. When he sends lightning, no one can keep from trembling. And when it thunders, everyone is afraid. When the Lord makes his threats, no one can keep from falling to the ground in his presence. That's ultimately Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. He don't fuck around, man. It's just that simple. The Lord don't fuck around. He's going to show that great wrath and anger upon this place. He, verse 13, he is like a mighty archer whose strong right arm bends the bow. His arms are sharp and never miss their mark. Once they are shot out toward any parts of the earth. Once they are shot out toward any part of the earth. All right. And you can do your own research, because I remember a while ago, Elder Apostle Sahar did a lesson going into how far certain missiles can go. All right. And it was different missiles that were being tested and being used. And it was one, missile that was, pretty big or whatever. And it was an ICBM. It traveled, basically over like between 5,000 to 10,000 miles, man. Knowing damn well over here in America, I think it's only a 5,000 and something square mile radius. You can do the research yourself, man. I'm not making this up. They have nuclear missiles that can go further than the distance from a country in, I think I did Russia to America. Matter of fact, do it right quick. Three 3,410 miles. Damn. Look at that. Come on, man. The Lord gonna make sure he get this place. me see the distance from Russia to the U.S. That's the answer I was looking for. 5,276 miles distance from United States to Russia. All right. And they got missiles that can go further than that, man. So like I say, they being shot from one ends of the earth and they are not going to miss their target. Like the scriptures say. Verse 14. He have already sent out his disasters towards the earth, and they would not miss their target. Verse 15, the fire has been lit and cannot be put out until it burns up the foundation of the earth. All right. The disasters are on their way towards the earth, and like an arrow shot by a strong archer, they cannot be turned back. These nuclear missiles and ultimately the prophecies, these prophecies are not going to be turned back. They're going to happen at the end of the day. All right. And with the prophecies happening, we are witnessing the downfall of Esau, Edom. All right. The wicked being put out. Salakia. No, saying Job. This is Job chapter 18 and verse 5. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. All right, no more of his wisdom, no more of his deceptions. All right, no more of them being uplifted as being such a great nation. All right, or the people of the Lord. Okay. No more of that. The Lord is about to put out the light of wickedness, going back into Illuminati, being the Luciferians, the light bearers, the enlightened ones, the ones that hold so-called truth. All right, the ones that so prestige and highly valued and so on and so forth. No more of that, man. These Edomites are going to be brought back down low to the position that they have always been at. All right. Through the spirit and power, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, man. Being at the bottom, being a heathen. All right. Being the top nation of the heathen. All right. The top vile, creature, man. That's Esau, Edom. And if you really understood this devil, all right, you wouldn't be feeling the same way. But meanwhile, our people got Stockholm syndrome, and they love the oppressor. They love oppression. With that, I'm going to close out by saying Kahala Yamla, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach us this truth through the spirit and power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, peace, love, and blessings to the elect scattered around the four corners of the earth, mainly in Babylon the Great. Until next time, I say Shalom.